Welcome to Eagleware Website's how-to videos. We're on part 3, how to publish a newsletter to a website. And in part 3 we're going to actually use a template that we created in part 2 and put a sample newsletter together and show you how to insert some graphics, how to format them, how to place the graphics on the page where you want to, various tips, small tips, how to insert ads into your newsletter. Things of that nature. Now in part 2, I didn't tell you at the end of the video, if you happen to have sponsors where you put ad in your newsletters every month and you have some either text or graphic files for your ads, you can also leave those in your template or add them to your template as you get new ones. Let's go back to our template. We'll just go into our recent files and find our template that we created. Notice it's got a DOT file, and we'll open it. And let's just give us a couple of extra lines here and then put an insert page break in here. And what we're going to do is I've got some sample graphics that I made for ads, and they kind of look like this. So let's grab these 3 ads that I created and just drag them to our second page of our template that we created and drop them. And we're just going to leave them there. Now we're going to save the file, our DOT file, and then we don't need it anymore, so we can kill it. Now let's make a new file. We're going to use template on my computer, and if we look here, we have recently used, and we want our simple newsletter template, and we just open it up. And so now we got a template. And remember, as a tip the last time, as soon as you open it up, save it with whatever file name. Say we're working on July, and this is the one we saved last time. I'm just going to reuse it. So we still got the blank template with all our format in here. Remember, these tables, these lines are hidden. They will not show up when it's printed. It only shows when we're in the editor. Since we saved our ads to our template, our ads are at the bottom of our document. We'll use them later after we put some text in and we know where we want to put the ads. It's just a tip. It's an easy way to do it where your ads are all in one spot, where you don't have to go drag them one at a time into your document. So I'm going to go get some sample text put in here. Okay, we got a whole bunch of sample text. I like to have my text justified. I think it looks more professional. To each their own. And we'll pick what font we're going to use. Since we're going to be saving as a PDF, it doesn't matter which font you want to use. Normally, if you're writing web pages for display on a website, you're limited to half a dozen fonts that the people that are viewing it will have installed on their computer. Things like Times New Roman, Arial, Georgia, Tahoma are all safe fonts that you can use. But since we're saving it as a PDF file, and the PDF file is actually a graphic, you can use any font you want to, and it will display that way because they won't be using the user's browser to render the text. It will be displaying a graphic. Times New Roman seems fine with me. I got a default font size of 12. That's also fine with me. So we're good there. It's going to have a lot of red lines on it. because it's Latin and it's not in the dictionary, so we're going to ignore that. First off, let's say we wanted to put a little picture somewhere here in the text and we want the text to wrap around it. That's pretty simple to do. Just go anywhere and do an insert and go find the picture that you have somewhere on your hard drive. Let's put this California poppy in there. It's you can see it's 1.69 megabytes and it's 3000 by 2000 pixels. So it's a fairly large picture, and I'm using that for a reason, so we'll just double click that. Now let's click our picture once, and it's a little hard to see, but I got little boxes popped up on each side of my picture. We grab one of those and shrink this down to say that big, and we're going to double click it. It's going to pull up a menu here. You notice you got a compress button here. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Well, we might as well talk about it right now. When this file is like 2 megabytes big, so if we save this document, it's going to add that file size to the document's file size, which is going to make it huge. It takes a lot longer to download. We're not going to do it now, because once we get all of our pictures in the document and we're done with it, we may resize them later. If we compress the picture now and want to make the picture larger later, then it's going to be blurry. So we're going to leave it alone until we're done with the document, and then we'll compress all the pictures at once, and it'll resize the pictures to whatever size that we got it set, and get rid of all the extra data that it doesn't need for a picture that size, which will make your file a lot smaller. Now, printing to a PDF, creating the PDF itself, the PDF program automatically resizes the pictures, so if you don't resize them, the PDF file will be resized correctly. However, your document, if you save your document, it will be huge. So that's why you want to compress these pictures, and that's why people that don't know what they're doing send you a file by email and it's huge and it's only got a little bit of text and a picture in it. For now, we want to select the layout, and we're inline text here. We want to select the square. That'll unlock this box here, and we'll just leave it other and click OK. Now you see the text has started wrapping around this picture. We got a little anchor showing on the top of this picture, which means that the picture is selected and we can move it. The easiest way to move it is to use your cursor keys. Go right, you can go left, you can go up, you can go down. So we'll just move it over here to, we want it on this side of the page. And you notice that it moves so much every time you hit the key, and it's not going to line up exactly. It's a little bit short of my border here, and if I hit it one, it's a little bit too much. And up here it's not lining up exactly to the top of this text. If you hold the control key down while you hit your cursor key, it goes into fine movement order, and you can place it exactly where you want it. That looks pretty good to me right there. So that's how one way to put a picture in. If you wanted to put a picture in and put a title on it, there's a trick to doing that. It's a little weird. I can see that we're up to 9 minutes on this video, so we're gonna pause here and we'll continue this on part 4 of how to publish a newsletter to a website.